All right, guys, welcome back to school. Hope you had a great rodeo break. I won't be here this week, and you're going to go ahead and jump right into Chapter 8. The first lesson of Chapter 8 is Lesson 8.1, Adding and Subtracting Polynomials. In fact, this entire chapter has to do with polynomials, computations with polynomials. So what is a polynomial? A polynomial is a monomial or the sum of monomials. All right, so the next question might be, well, then what on earth is a monomial? Okay, so a monomial is a number, like 18, or it's a variable, like x, or it's the product of numbers and variables, something like this, 4x cubed y squared. These are all examples of monomials. Monomials are actually polynomials, but then we can add up different types of monomials and create other types of polynomials. 2x plus 5. That is a polynomial. It's not a monomial. It's actually two monomials that are being added together. This is called a term, and this is called a term. In fact, 5 is a special kind of term that we call a constant. It has no variable, so it doesn't vary. So this is a polynomial with two terms. This type of polynomial is actually called a binomial. And you can guess we could probably have a trinomial, so 2x squared plus x minus 3. Okay, so there's a monomial, there's a monomial, there's a monomial. These are each terms. And you might be noticing that that's a subtraction. And up here it says it's the sum of monomials. Well, remember, addition is really the thing that's going on here. Subtraction is just addition of the opposite. We could think about this as 2x squared plus x plus -3. So there really is no subtraction. It really is just adding of the opposite. So this still qualifies as a polynomial. In fact, it is a 3-term polynomial. This example is a trinomial. Trinomial. Okay, so we've got some basic understanding of what polynomials are. They're monomials, or they're the sum of monomials to make up a polynomial expression. Another part of lesson 8.1 is understanding how to put a polynomial into standard form. What would standard form be? Well, it's typically that we're going to put it in descending order. Descending order really speaks to the degree, and we're going to put it in highest degree to lowest degree. Highest degree down to lowest degree, and that would be in descending order. So let's make up an example of a polynomial expression that we might need to put into standard form. It might be something like this: -8x plus 13x cubed y squared minus 12 plus 6x squared y. Okay, cool. There's a polynomial. It's a 4-term polynomial, but it's not in standard form. The terms are not organized in a pleasing way from highest to lowest, right? So we're going to rearrange these terms. So if we scan through these monomials, we're not going to worry about the y's. We're just going to look about the variable that comes first alphabetically. And we're going to start to look at these different terms. This term right here has the highest exponent for the variable x. This term becomes the one that goes in the first position. And we're going to go ahead and keep that plus sign, so that's 13x cubed y squared. All right, then we're going to scan all of the terms of our polynomial, and we're going to find the one that has the next highest degree. That's this guy here, plus 6x squared y. Fantastic. He's been put in the right order, or she. And then we're going to put minus 8x, and then minus 12. Dunk, dunk. This is the same polynomial, and now we've just reorganized it so that it's in descending order. And when we've organized all the terms of the polynomial in descending order, that's called standard form. And once you've done that, they might ask you what the leading coefficient is. The leading coefficient is just the first coefficient once it's been organized appropriately in descending order. So in this case, the leading coefficient is 13. The next question you might be asked is, what is the degree of the polynomial? The degree of the polynomial is determined by looking at each term separately and figuring out the degree of each term. How do you find out the degree of a term? The degree of a term, you just add up the exponents. Add the exponents. Just the exponents that are applied to the variables. So if I come up over here, this is a 5 up here, because 3 plus 2 is 5. This is 2 plus 1, so that's a 3. This is 1. And this doesn't have a variable. It's like there's x to the 0. So if I look at each one of the terms in this polynomial, this is the highest degree of any of the terms. So the degree of my polynomial, this is a 5th degree polynomial.